I insist you take the last one. Have you ever had someone try to steal your prize find at the grocery store, only to have karma serve them a dish they didn't expect? My husband and I were out grocery shopping for our upcoming vacation. We love to treat ourselves to spoils since we only take this one in-state trip every year. We planned for a prime rib night, a seafood night, and even a baby back rib night. Our local grocery store has an outstanding meat department, and leading up to holidays, they usually have specials where the high-end cuts are significantly marked down. That is when we normally buy our prime rib. Unfortunately, we were broke during the July 4th holiday sale, so we missed out. But this time, we were in luck. The prime rib was marked $6 off per pound. We were standing at one end of the counter checking out the seafood because the employee was busy helping another customer with her last item. I wandered over while he was finishing up with her, and I noticed there was only one prime rib left. To be fair, it wasn't trimmed well and had almost no callet, which is the cap part that tastes the best, but the price was right. I told my husband it was the last one, and the woman being helped happened to glance at what I was discussing. Just as the employee handed her the wrapped package, she turned to him and said, "Excuse me." She pointed to the rib I had my eye on and demanded, "Can you wrap that up for me as well?" I turned to her feeling pretty bummed. "Seriously?" I asked. "I was here first," she insisted while giving me a sarcastic grimace. I walked back to my husband and told him we would have to come up with a plan B since they were out of rib. That woman grabbed her roast and grinned at me again as she walked away. Let's just say, mentally, I was giving her 2 middle fingers and uttering some very colorful words. But then the employee came over to me and said, "She never asked, but I actually have one more prime rib in the back. Would you like to see it?" I told him I would take it sight unseen. He brought out a beautifully trimmed prime rib that was probably a pound larger than the fatty one we lost, and it had an absolutely massive collard on it. He even offered to take another $1 off per pound because it was larger than the one I didn't get. It completely made our day. But the thing that made it even better was that we ended up in the checkout lane right ahead of the rib heist lady. My husband unloaded absolutely everything before the roast, then picked it up and set it right under her nose. He said, "They did just so happen to have one really nice one in the back. Enjoy yours." When the clerk scanned the meat, she said, "Oh, I know where I'm coming for dinner." Then she added, "Nice, they gave you a discount. Lucky you." My husband just turned and gave her a huge grin. The woman definitely did not grin back.